So today, I'm already getting emotional. Today I just want to, today I'm just feeling really depressed and just really like out of it. But so today I want to talk about I just wanted to tell you guys that just want to get this off of my chest and just get this like basically out of my body, so I just don't have to think about it. Well, I'm always gonna think about it, but I just don't have to really hold it in anymore, because I just feel like I walk around with a fake smile and like I just pretend that I'm happy when I'm like really not, like like it's just really hard for me. So so if you guys may know, I was dating this guy. I'm not gonna say his name because like I don't want no drama or whatever, but I was dating this guy and he was like the world to me. Like, I loved him. I don't know if I'm still in love with him, but I loved him. Everything about him, just what he did, what he does, like how he makes me smile. I was in love with him. But, soon find out that he wasn't the guy for me, He wasn't the guy for me. Everything just changed. Everything just changed. And I find that very sad because, it's hurt. It hurts. It does hurt. So, when I was in high school or whatever, I was dating this guy, and everyone, I knew of him, but I didn't know him. Like, he was like a bad guy, and I was like this innocent girl, like how innocent latch on to the bad, like that's how it was. So we came across each other on Instagram and stuff. And so I was all like, he was liking my pictures, trying to get my attention. And then I was just like, no, I already know of him or whatever. So I would basically ignore him, but he wouldn't have that. Like, he would still like all my pictures and just give my attention. And finally I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna see what the heck this dude wants. So we like, he hit me up, and then we exchanged numbers or whatever. And he hit me up like at the perfect time, because I just broke up with my other ex because I found out he was like, he had another girl or whatever. So I broke up with him, and then he just came at the perfect time. And we clicked the first time we hung out. We went to the beach. That's when I fell in love with the beach. Like, we just clicked. Like, it was, I don't know, we just clicked. And so, after that, we was dating, for a good 5 months at the time, a good 5 months. It was just, I met his family, he didn't meet my family, though, because it was just like, not the time. I thought it wasn't the time, but I met his family. I already knew his friends because we all went to school together, and it was just, it was nice. Like, I was happy. I was genuinely happy until it just started, falling apart. I didn't have a job. He had a job. I didn't have a job. So whatever money I was getting, it was like my allowance. I didn't drive, so everything is, I wouldn't say he provided, because we was young, but it was just like, we was working it out, every money I had, I would use it to us, like, eating or something, like, I wouldn't be selfish, because I'm not a selfish person. Like, I wouldn't be selfish. So, like, when we hung out, like, it was like, when he didn't have it, I would provide it. That's how it was. When he didn't have it, I provided as best as I knew how. I would, you know, ask my friends for money. I would ask my teachers for money. Like, you know, this is because I loved him. Like, I wanted everything to work. You feel me? Like, and sooner or later, you know, everything fell apart. Like, you know, find out he was like talking to other girls, and like he would be on Instagram, and like I wouldn't, you know what I would say? The same way you met him is the same way y'all gonna break up. Like, that's how I feel. That's what I should have knew. Because when he was on Instagram, he would comment on all the girls' pictures, and I wouldn't know it. I don't know if he knew those were my friends, or I was in class, like these girls were in my classes, you know, or nothing like that. Like, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure he's smart enough to realize that, hello, I know these girls. So, like, you know, he would do that, and I would go to school embarrassed and all this stuff, and like, you know, I would be mad, and then like he would just, you know, everything was just falling apart. Like, after that, where I found out he was like that or whatever, I would have trust issues with him, you know. And then like there was a time where I just got fed up. I got fed up, where it's like, I'm tired of him doing me like this, you know, trying to act like I'm just nothing and he could just walk over me or whatever. And I went out on a date with, I'm gonna be honest, I went out on a date with, you know, one of his enemies or whatever. But, you know, that wasn't too smart of me. But I went out, and then we didn't do nothing. Like, he took me to Chick-fil-A. Like, me to Chick-fil-A. But like, you know, I'm a hungry girl. Like, you guys already know I love to eat. So he took me to Chick-fil-A, and then like, you know, that was it. Like, you know, the guy wanted something more, and we left deciding that we was gonna do something more. But me in my head, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna see this guy anymore. And like, you know, I'm in love with the dude I'm with. Like, you know, I'm not gonna do that. You know, I was wrong coming out on this date. So when we got home, or when I got home, my boyfriend at the time, he called me. It was like, so what did you do today? And I'm like, oh, I went to my brother's girlfriend at the time, his girlfriend at the time, baby something. They had a baby party, which I did go, but I didn't stay there for the whole time. Like, I left. So he was all like, no, you didn't. And I was all like, yes, I did. And like, he could tell when I lie and stuff. He could tell when I lie, when I'm upset. Like, he knew every emotion I would be in. So he was all like, no, you didn't. And I said, yes, I did. Like, I went, you know, because I did go. But he just didn't know, like, I actually went to the little birthday thing, but I didn't stay. So he goes, oh, what else did you do? And I was like, and then I was just like, that point, I was like, I don't care. I don't care if he gets upset, because he's going to know exactly how I feel and how it feels to be hurt. So I said, I went on a date with so-and-so, and he took me to Chick-fil-A. He started crying, and he was like, why would you do that? You know, you already know that's my enemy. You know, I love you. Why would you do that to me? And, you know, I'm gonna admit, I was very nonchalant. That's when I started being nonchalant, because like I was emotionless. I was an emotional wreck. I was nonchalant. I didn't care. And I was just like, when he was crying, I was like, oh, whatever. Like, you know, this is what you get. You know, I've been going through this stuff for a long time. This is what you get. You feel me? And so he was just like, why are you like this? You feel me? Like, why are you so cold-hearted? Like, you know? And then he was just like, whatever. So at that point, it was on. Like, we was out to hurt each other. And now I realize that's where it fell off forever. And so later on, the guy went out there, he would hit me up or whatever, and then like I would ignore him because I'm trying to work it out with my boyfriend, so I would ignore him. And then him and my boyfriend got into it on Twitter, and then it was just a word of Twitter. And then so, you know, he was talking shit. He was like, I'm not gonna lie, he was putting my boyfriend to check, but it was just like, I didn't like that. So I was stick up for my boyfriend, even though I was in the wrong. I was stick up for my boyfriend. And, you know, came a time where we met that day where they were arguing on Twitter, and then he got really mad, and like we was arguing. He got really mad, And he hit me. He hit me. So, you know, I'm sitting there like shocked, like, because I would never picture myself in a situation where the person I'm in love with will do that. So, you know, he hit me, and I didn't know what to do. So I ran towards the door. He wouldn't let me out the door. You know, he was just like, I'm sorry, you know, I didn't mean to hit you. Like, I'm really sorry. You know, I won't do it again. You know, and I'm in love with this guy. So, you know, I'm like, okay. It's okay. Like, you know, it's okay. I thought it was okay. Like, I did. And so we worked it out, that situation out or whatever. You know, I agreed, like, you know, it wasn't, I just told him I needed my separate way, you know. He was calling me like, you know, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. No one in, so when I upload this video, even my family's gonna be surprised, you know, because they don't know I went through this. I always kept this a secret, you know, and I just feel it's time to really say something because I'm hurting inside. Like, this follows me in every relationship where I can't be in any relationship because I'm always thinking of the worst. So yeah, so that he hit me. That was the first time hitting me. And then there was times where we would argue again. He would get really mad. And he would just hit me. And I would just be like, why do you do this to me? You feel me? Like, I did nothing but be a good girlfriend to him. Despite me going on a date, I stayed with him when he was doing me wrong, and I knew he was doing me wrong, because I would think, I was in a position to think where the guy I love would change, you know? But then it's like, you can't change a person who doesn't want to be changed. And, you know, and that's, I'm realizing that. But, like, now I'm just like, you know, so then, you know, we would get into a situation where he would hit me and all this stuff. And then, there's a time where we got back on track. We got back on track. We was good for another good 3 months. We was good. And overall, I dated this guy like about 2 years. The last year was like on and off. So like, so it was good for like another 3 months, and I ended up getting pregnant. And I was scared, you know, because I knew that wasn't the guy I would want my child around, you know. And I loved him. It's just that I wouldn't want my child to be around that because of the stuff I went through. And I knew I wasn't ready to have a kid. And I knew all this other stuff. So, you know, like, I was scared. I was crying every day when I found out. And I finally told my mom the 6th day. 6th or 5th. One of those days. My mom already knew, though. She already knew because she knew how weird I was acting and stuff. And I would skip school because I was just so scared, you know, and I was just so paranoid. And I was just crying. I cried every single day, you know. And so he knew. I told him when I found out. Right when I found out. Because he took me to find out. And I told him. And then he goes, oh, like, he was there for a day. I mean, it's so funny, but he was there for a day. And he left. And then, you know, I'm calling my best friend, like, you know, he just left me with this child in my stomach. I don't know what to fucking do. You feel me? Like, I'm over here depressed and he doesn't care and all this stuff, like, you know. And then she goes, dude, what the fuck? Like, that's dumb. Like, see, I can't believe you're going through this. Are you putting yourself through this? And I was like, I don't know. I love him and all this stuff. Like, we're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. So an hour later, and he deleted all my Twitters, like all my Twitters, all my Instagram. So I didn't have no social networks at this point. Like, he always did that. So I didn't have no social networks. You feel me? So like, but I told my best friend, I said, go look on his Twitter. Go see what he's doing, because I know he's on Twitter, because I don't have. So I said, go on his Twitter, go see what the fuck he's doing, because I know he's doing something. So she goes, damn. No, I went to go see myself. I said, you know what, give me your effing Twitter, because I'm going to go see what he's doing. You feel me? He's not going to sit here and have me stressed out about this fucking baby. So I was all like, what the fuck? So I look on the Twitter, and he posted a picture of a girl and him. And at the time, I didn't know that was his friend's girlfriend. But I'm like, you know, I'm pregnant. I'm heated. So I'm all like, what the fuck? Oh, hell no. That's not. I'm crying. I'm like, why would you do this to me? And all this stuff. And he goes, so I'm messaging him through my best friend's computer, like, you got me fucked up. Oh, this and that. So I don't want to ever talk to you again. Because he was ignoring my phone calls. He was doing everything. So I said, I don't want to ever talk to you again. Don't ever talk to me. This and that. So I was pregnant 2 months. No, a month and a half. I was pregnant a month and a half. I did get an abortion because I was stressed out. And my body, the doctor said that I couldn't carry a child at the time because I was so depressed, and I will wake up with stomach pains where I have to go to the hospital, and then be like, oh, it's okay, you're pregnant and your body isn't functioning right towards the pregnancy. So if I would have kept my baby, I would have had a miscarriage. So, or I would have ended up being dead. That's what they said. So it was best for me to get the abortion. So, you know, that was that. And then after a month of me getting an abortion, he hit me up. And he was like, I'm sorry, you know, I always will come back to you. And I'm dumb. So, of course, I took him back. And then there was a time where I got an iPhone 5. I got it 3 days after it came out. I was so in love and all this stuff with my phone. And I was always on it. So, you know, we was at his house. And we got into an argument where he felt that I wasn't paying attention to him. Like some petty shit, like I wasn't paying attention to him and all this stuff, and he thought I was cheating on him. So he takes my phone and he slams it against his wall, and the phone broke in half. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, and I'm high. We're both high. So I don't know what the fuck is going on. This is why I don't smoke anymore. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, are you serious right now? Like, why did you do that? Like, so I'm going crazy in his house, breaking all his shit. You feel me? Like, don't do that to me. So I left his house. We left his house, and then we ended up what's it called? He left, but I walked back to his motherfucking house because I was gonna tell his mom, your son broke my phone, and if I go home without a phone, I'm gonna get in trouble. Because my mom just brought it. So I waited till they came. And he didn't know I stayed, though. He didn't know I hid behind the bitches. I waited for his mom to come home. And then she took me to school. She was like, you gotta go to school, you know, because you just gotta get your education. So you gotta go to school. So she dropped me off at school. And I thank his mom, you know, because his mom made sure I was all right. She made sure I was all right every situation I was in with him. And, you know, I did put her on the back burner because I feel I just shouldn't have ties with any of his family because of what happened. And they all don't know what happened. They all think I'm like this bad person. But really, I'm just trying to save my emotions. So it's like, so she calls him on the phone. Was like, why did you break Sierra's phone and all this shit? So she put him on speaker, and then he's lying and all this stuff, and I'm shaking my head in the car like, that's not what happened. You feel me? I'm sitting here crying. Why would I sit here and cry, you know, over nothing, you know? And then after she was like, Sierra, I know you're telling the truth, but you know, that phone situation, he broke every phone I had. Every phone I had. This is the longest I had a phone, you know, because I'm not dating him anymore, but this is the longest I ever had a phone because he will break every single phone I had, you know. So she was just like, you know what? She brought me a new phone. She brought me a new iPhone. She was just like, she was very supportive, you know, and that's when I told her I was pregnant, you know, and I already got the abortion or whatever, so, you know, she didn't have nothing to worry about. And so she was all, she took me to her house and we had a long conversation and stuff, and she really helped me. She did. But later I ended up dating him again, and I mean, that was the last time, but we got into another fight, you know. He beat the shit out of me. He beat the shit out of me. And it was to the point where I came home, my face was all, I'm light skinned, so my face was all right here was just pink. My hair weave was out. You feel me? I looked at a mess. And my sister saw how I looked, but they didn't know what happened. My sister was just like, he better not have put his hands on you. And I said, no, it's fine. You know, it's like allergic reaction or whatever. It's like, you know. So I went in the room and I was crying my eyes out and stuff because I'm like, I'm in this situation again. I keep putting myself into this situation again because I'm in love with him, and it's like I can't leave him. And I was stupid. I lost all my friends. My best friend stopped being friends with me because I stood dating the guy. She couldn't see me hurt anymore, so she stopped being my friend. I lost my boy best friend because my boyfriend was trying to beat him up, and you know, he's like, you know, and then all my friends, you know, was gone. I was lonely. Like, I was so depressed, and there was a point where, you know, he said, I don't fucking want you anymore. I hope you die. I actually tried to kill myself. I ended up in hospital because, you know, I took all these pills, and then, you know, I ended up in hospital, and then my mom was crying and all this stuff. She was like, Sierra, you have to save yourself. You feel me? Like, I'm so disappointed in you, and you just really have to find yourself again because you're lost. And, you know, I really was lost. You know, and then like I tried calling, my mom and my sister tried calling when I was in hospital. My sister tried calling the mom, and the mom was like, that's not my son's fault. My son's fault didn't even talk to her tonight. This and that. You feel me? And he did. He told me he wished I would die, and he wouldn't answer any of my calls. I was depressed, and he just put me on a back burner, and I tried killing myself. So he so that was that, you know. And then, but after that, when I tried killing myself, it was it. The relationship was dead, you know, because it took me somewhere where I had to almost kill myself to realize, what the fuck am I doing? And, you know, why am I making myself go through this over a guy who doesn't love me? You know, he would take my money, my hardworking money, you know, everything. And it sucks. It does, because it's like, still to this day, I wish he would like change, because we could have had something, you know, like every relationship I'm in now, I can't stop thinking of how I've been through, you know. I can't, you know, properly like tell a guy, I don't want to pay this because I feel you're going to take my money and all this stuff. Like, guys now, they was asking me, why are you so mean? Like, why are you like that? And I don't want to tell them, because I don't want to scare them away, you know? Like, and it sucks because I'm depressed. You know, I'm to the point where it's like, I didn't know what to do. Like, I'm still finding myself. But how I'm finding myself is the wrong way. So I'm taking better stuff, you know. And I'm just making this video because I want you guys to know that it's not worth it. It's not worth putting your family on the back burner. It's not worth, you know, you downing yourself. It's not worth you, you know, being scared of the guy you're in love with. It's not worth you being depressed, almost killing yourself. You know, everything is not worth it. It isn't. Because, you know, at the end of the day, you gotta love yourself more. You do. You're worth everything, you know? And it's like, you know, I just feel I should tell this story because I want to help other people. Do I care what people say about me? I don't. I just feel I want to help other people in my shoes, and I want to help other people when, you know, time is due. So, you know, I'm really taking the time out to make this video. And you guys can share this video. You guys can say whatever you want to say about this video. But this is my life. This is what happened. And, you know, I'm just saying it so I could just get it over with and just move on. So, thank you.